business focuses on their app. We help your app find new users through user acquisition, performance marketing strategies delivered by our talented team working as an extension to the company's internal team. All right, so what we kind of do is user acquisition, creative production, growth marketing and hacking, ASO and SEO, strategy and competitor analysis, as well as influencer and traditional media marketing. Now, ASO, if you're not familiar, is App Store optimization. So some of the things that we kind of focus on through visibility and conversion are listed: app name, subtitle, keywords, promo, in-app purchases, app description, reviews, so on and so forth. And then on the conversion side, icons, screenshots, promo videos, thumbnails, so on and so forth. So some of the things that we're going to review are how much investment is the mobile industry receiving in Spain, what markets are leading in Spain versus globally, how to look and find leaders, categorically speaking, two primary drivers, profit and passion, opportunities and where you should look, and then trends, what devices are people using. So the potential in Spain, as you can kind of see, has been increasing quite a bit in recent times. So right now it's roughly 3 billion euros right now. And so it's expected to continue climbing as far as investment. And yeah, there's definitely some potential there. In Europe, the hottest markets currently are UK, Russia, and Germany. However, Spain is one of the most attractive and competitive business markets in the EU. They also have the third largest investment market in the EU. So we'll go here. So some of the top ad spenders in Spain in 2022 that we're looking at here. Here's the top 15. And while looking at the top 15, you'll see some of the ad networks like Vango, Unity Ads, AppLovin, Iron Source, AdMob, MoPub, Ad Colony, so on and so forth. And these are listed here. And these are just different options and platforms that you can use for user acquisition. Some of these are better in particular geographies. Others are just platform oriented or business oriented. What kind of product are you selling or service? So as you can kind of see, it's pretty dominated by games. Finance is listed in here, but this is in Spain.
No sé si quisieras planteárselo con la que estuvimos hablando ayer.
Hey, sorry.
Lo quieres
hacer solo. I'm going to mute her. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay,
I think we're good now.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty, awesome.
Right.
So
okay,
go to the
please
next
continue.
one. Yeah. So the top ad spenders throughout the world compared to Spain are listed here. As you can kind of see, games is pretty dominating. You have social networking in the top. But some of the takeaways is gaming is dominating the market right now, with finance in second. If we wanted to look for trends, we'd start by maybe looking at the top 500 to get a better feel for it rather than the top 15, to see where people are spending and in what industries. Clearly, gaming has the highest spend, followed throughout the top 15 anyway. Alrighty, we'll go to the next. So the top ad spenders in Spain versus worldwide. Right now in the top 100, finance has 4, shopping 3, education 3, lifestyle, utilities, all with 1. And throughout the world, we have finance again at 4, social networking at 2, and then health and fitness, education, shopping, photo and video at 1. This kind of shows that Spain, even though it's not the exact, it has a pretty decent, it speaks to kind of what the world is doing. It's a pretty good example. Finance is at par in Spain as it is throughout the world. And gaming is pretty comparable, again, leading the push. Now, when we look at it for Android versus iOS. Last slide was iOS. This is Android. Their categories are slightly different. And so we see gaming again leading in both worldwide and in Spain. Tools then are leading in Spain. And some of your tools for apps may be like a phone cleaner or an app that you may be able to download to optimize your device, so on and so forth. Entertainment, books, social, finance, fintech, again, on the previous slides was second. It's not here, but finance or fintech definitely has a pretty good placement throughout the world right now, and it's definitely rising. We have some productivity, some shopping, lifestyle, health and fitness. And then over here worldwide and in Android, we see entertainment and books, again, pretty well aligned in the top three, social, tools, finance, lifestyle, productivity, and shopping. And one thing to note is finance here. It may be due to, on the Android side of things, finance is regulated a lot more than, say, gaming. Gaming doesn't have the same regulation, whether it be casino style games that are you're betting or just games in general. They don't have the regulation like some of these other categories. You know, obviously a limitation to shopping would be, where is that company going to be shipping to, and do they accept the currency? Right. So health and fitness, pretty borderless. It's able to go really anywhere internationally. But finance, that's what kind of holds this back here. So we'll go on to the next. This is in Spain, the popularity. As you can see, this trend had been fairly flat. And since 2021, it's started to shoot up quite a bit on the app side of things. So right here we have a slide depicting how much investment is going into Spain from the mobile front. And you can see 238 rounds of funding of 1.7 billion. Now, with the 238 rounds, that doesn't necessarily mean individual organizations. Many of those could have had several rounds. However, over the course of about 18 months, I wouldn't expect one to have, more than, say, 3, but it's possible. Go on. So as you can see, since really 2017, it's really started to tick up. This is something for people that reside in Spain, especially, can look at and see some promise in. The market's definitely going there, and there's definitely opportunity. So here's some of the channels that we use for our user acquisition. And if you guys get into this space, these are likely many of them that you will use. Of course, there's others that we don't use as much, but here's kind of some of the top ones. Okay, so on the creative side of things, you only have so much time. Say that you have great ASO and you're listing really high on the rankings in the App Store. Well, on the creative side of things, or the screenshots that are depicting what your product is or the service, you don't have much time because people constantly scroll. So you want to show what you do and have very strong images, or considered screenshots, of what you do to represent the business. Because again, you just don't have very much time before somebody scrolls to the next one. So you want that to be captivating. And that's something that we work on with a lot of organizations. A lot of times they'll have decent numbers and they'll plateau. And one of the primary reasons around that is one of the first things to look at is actually their images and the quality of those. So then you start looking at through opportunities. Say you're reading the trends and you want to start a business, or you want to work for a company. Really, there's kind of two. Is it profit or is it passion? Are you looking to make money, or are you looking to do it for either to learn, or is it something that you're actually passionate about yourself? And so, there's definitely money to be made in all categories, but you'll reach a burnout phase a lot faster if you're just chasing profit versus the passion. So we'll go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay, where to find them, these opportunities. Opportunities are everywhere so long as you're looking. There are many opportunities to learn more and invest in yourself by taking a position, for instance. Many of these opportunities could be found at competitions that are held around the world, whether it be a coding competition, a small business competition, a pitch tank, so on and so forth. Another good place to meet people and get affiliated with kind of the market, get a feel for things, would be obviously trade shows. Many of these do have a cost to attend. However, you can rub elbows with a lot of people and kind of get a feel for how passionate people are, how they like what they do, and what they do. So another thing to look at for opportunities for on the business side of things, if you're looking to start, say, an app, is to actually look up some of the trends on, say, even Google, like what are the searches that are being done. So say it's quite common to find searches that are around, say, an app that may not actually exist. And even though there's a pile of apps, there's still innovation to be had, and plenty of categories that haven't been built out yet. And it's pretty easy to have kind of a closed mind and think everything's already been invented and stuff. But 5 years from now, there will be several businesses that launch that you're like, gosh dang, why didn't I think of that? Well, that's going to happen forever. Innovation won't stop. And so looking at trends and looking at search terms, find out what's being searched, and you may actually find a demand without a supply. So you can create that supply or create that product where there is some demand, and that demand obviously will likely grow over time, especially with a product in the marketplace. So insights to look for. You can use Crunchbase, Mobile Action, speak to some of the MMPs, which are the mobile measurement platforms like Kachava, AppsFlyer, Adjust, Branch, etc. Another trend to look for is what devices are people using. As of recently, over the last few years, you've seen a lot of people switch from web to now mobile. And now another trend are actually the other side of handheld devices, which are tablets. Tablets are pretty dominated and have been in the last few years by kids. And so some of your games and apps that are, say, educational apps, you see downloaded a lot more on proportionally on tablets, and that's because a lot of times that's parents downloading for kids. So that's something else to look for. However, with the tablet side of things, you're seeing a lot of the older demographic, for instance, that is switching to tablets from phones because it's a larger screen, and they're getting away from web. However, they're still using a handheld device. And some of that happens to be text size, and some of it just happens to be a comfort or what they prefer. But there's tablets are definitely becoming more popular. Okay, and I appreciate you guys for listening. If you have any questions or you're looking for a job or internship, you can reach out to us. This is my email, and get in touch with us, and we can discuss. Maybe we can help you, give you some direction. If you have any questions, just feel free to reach out. And I believe that's really about all I have.
Okay,
Open to
thank you so
questions.
much. Yeah, I would have a question. How so you say the biggest industry, the biggest demand was from finance and game, if I'm right.
Yeah, those are a couple of the leaders right now. Gaming has held the top spot for quite some time, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. But fintech is definitely on the rise and is becoming more and more popular.
So with fintech, you mean every Revolut and 26 or some platform like this that are advertising online?
Yeah, and then a lot of on the fintech side of things is really crypto and even the NFT space. Crypto
Right.
is really climbing and becoming a lot more popular, and that's kind of pushing. I would say that's one of the primary drivers for pushing fintech up higher is actually the popularity of crypto NFTs, which is considered more on the side of because there's a monetary value to those. Like the trading apps, say like Webull or Robinhood, that would be considered fintech. So, any of those, even, oh gosh, there's a million of them, but yeah, hopefully that answers.
Okay, thank you. It's much clearer. Also,
no
regarding
problem.
your customers, does it impact your are your customers more from the gaming industry or the fintech industry? Does it impact? Does this trend impact?
Yeah, so we obviously look for the trends to see what companies or what categories are rising, and then we can either reach out to some organizations, see if we can add some assistance to them. We also receive inbound, and we can kind of follow trends that way as well. However, what we're doing currently, it's spread through many avenues, many categories. However, the fintech and the gaming side are the two big players.
Okay, thank you.
And that's really, I think, not to say that our clientele speaks to the big picture, but as of right now, it is a pretty good proportion. There's definitely a correlation there.
Okay, thank you. I re-answer my question, and I think I don't have other questions.
Oh, I think you just are on mute now.
Sorry, I don't know if anyone has other question. But if not, really a big thanks for joining us. And even if it was some delay, the recording will be shared with people registered that could not join. And so a big thank you. Thank you for having connected, even if it was a bit messy at the beginning. Big thanks. And yes, we hope to stay in contact. And if you want to add something.
No, I thank you for having me and kind of speaking on behalf of Appvertiser as well as the industry itself. And hopefully it was short and sweet, and hopefully it wasn't too dry for you. But
no, it was
try
really
to get through it, and then give people more time to do some research of their own, rather than me just speaking for an hour. So.
Okay, yeah, we think, and I thank you. So I think the meeting is over, and have a great day.
Thank you. You as well. And
Thank
to everybody
you.
who's going to view this on a recording. All right. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.